Hello and welcome to my talk for today. It's good to see you. There are some days when I sit at my laptop and don't know what to write. Then there are others where everything, including recording and posting, is done in half an hour. Today is one of the first kind of days. I don't know whether it's because I spent the best part of last week and early this week in Toronto and then came back to a pile of things to do, or if I'm just running out of inspiration for these Wednesday talks. Whatever it is, today I'm struggling. This is the third attempt, the first two having been erased and consigned to cyberspace. During the last 2 weeks at our house, we've seen definite signs of spring. There are bulbs peeking out from under the snow, things are melting, and the grass is beginning to turn green. Soon I'll be able to get into the shed and begin to set up the greenhouse for some early planting. None of these is the major sign of the changing seasons which has really caught my attention. A couple of times in these talks I've mentioned Hunter. He's the cat who lives with Dave next door and thinks he's in charge of the neighborhood. Throughout the cold, dark days of winter, he's been pretty much invisible. I've seen some paw prints a couple of times, but generally he's stayed home. The other day, Debbie and I were going out. We opened the back door, and there was Hunter, essentially with his nose pressed against it. He didn't try to come in. He seems to have learnt that message, but neither did he move. As with the cat in the children's rhyme, he just sat on the mat. Apparently it was our job to step over or around him. I guess we can say Hunter is back. All joking aside, I'm glad to see the old boy again, patrolling his territory. Soon he'll be sleeping on the deck furniture on hot sunny days, thinking that he owns the place. Hunter seems to have a pretty carefree existence. He presumes that everyone loves him, and apart from the occasional runs in with Mice, the cat across the road, nothing seems to affect his equilibrium. We know that animals and humans respond to love. It's that which builds trust. If Hunter had been mistreated, I'm sure he'd not be the confident cat he is. Equally, the other day, my grandson Isaiah once again took his life in his hands. As I stood in the living room of his home, suddenly he leapt off the sofa and yelled, "Catch me!" I think I've mentioned this action on his part before. He totally trusts me to catch him because he knows he's loved. Someday soon he may have a surprise in that he's getting bigger and harder to catch. In times of uncertainty and risk, we need to know that we're loved by God. God will always welcome us back and catch us when we fall. Once again, thank you for listening. I trust that you'll have a good week. God bless and stay safe.